Seven-figure deal on the table for a million reasons. The upcoming sophomore in question says while the deal is pretty sweet, he believes it could be even better later on.
Only on WVTM 13 tonight, Ryan Hennessy sits down with him, his family, his coach, to explain the reasons behind such a life-altering decision.
It's the kind of community, as a family, as a parent, you really want to see your kids grow, and they're thriving.
Thriving for a high schooler can mean a lot of things, but for Thompson's sophomore quarterback, Trent Seaborn, thriving means seven figures. That's right, Seaborn was offered $1 million name, image, and likeness deal in high school from a trading card company called Leaf.
It's a seven-figure deal for, multi-year, and or over the life of the contract, and was blown away because the year before they had approached us with a five-figure deal, and at that point, we said, well, gosh, that's great, but it's not allowed in Alabama, and we sort of let it go.
It's just a step towards what I'm working for, which is to get to college and hopefully get to the NFL. And I think it's like a stepping stone to look at and kind of a milestone to see.
The kicker: NIL is not legal in the state of Alabama for high school players, so the Seaborns would have to move to a state that allows it.
He came home and I said, I got some good news and bad news. How do you want it? He said, bad news first. I said, well, bad news is NIL isn't allowed anymore. He kind of gave me a funny look. He said, well, what's the good news? I said, good news is there's someone wants to give you, $1 million per year to be on a trading card. and he was playing a game on his phone. He had stopped, to look up at me and listen. And he said, oh, and he just kind of laughed, and then he went back to playing the game on his phone.
The reason why I turned it down was because I'm not really worried about, all the money. That's going to come in the future if I'm blessed enough.
So I was glad that was his reaction, and he wasn't like, well, can we do it? Or how do we do it? When, how is this going to happen? Like, his mind didn't even take a step in that direction.
Seaborn is going into 10th grade, but his passion for football started years ago when he lived in Hawaii. His family met a family training their own future quarterbacks on the island, the Tagovailoas. Tua's father, Nalu, saw Trent at a young age and knew he would be special.
Said he was really impressed with Trent. Said he reminded him of Tua at the same age, which, even when I say that, it gives me chicken skin. I remember all of this stuff, like it was yesterday.
The Tagovailoas moved to Alabama when Tua played for the Crimson Tide, settling in Alabaster. The two families kept in touch until the Seaborns moved to Alabama as well.
I remember Nalu saying, trust me, this is going to happen for Trent. He is going to be getting every Division I offer. And I laughed. I was like, there's just no way. Like, we will be lucky if our son even plays varsity high school football, like 6.
Trent ended up playing varsity football as an 8th grader, leading Thompson to the 7A state title. The then 8th grader threw 5 touchdowns in the championship game.
I felt completely comfortable playing him as an 8th grader because I knew enough about him, his upbringing. He's not really easily influenced.
The decision for the Seaborn family to turn down $1 million NIL offer was because their eyes are set on something bigger.
I don't want to transfer, out of state or to a different team just to take a bag of money. That's just not how I roll. And I really owe it to this team and to the coaches and to my teammates, to dedicate my time and my passion to them and focus on, getting a state championship every year.
$1 million is never chump change, but right now $100 is not what $100 used to be. So I think that $1 million could potentially turn into $100 million one day.
With 20-plus offers at the Division I level, Seaborn's future is bright. As for the money?
Trent would have to leave. And, there's the expression, you couldn't pay me $1 million to do that. Well, you couldn't pay him $1 million to leave this. This program is that special.
If it were to become legal, it would be good to, give back to my teammates, give them as much money as I could spread it out evenly. And it would really, show that I really care for my teammates.